21st Century Inklings. Now we're going from the first pinch point, this antagonist attack, to the midpoint. So, okay, we've been attacked. We're reacting to that. Going on, it's like, okay, why were we attacked? What does this mean for the bigger storyline? And then building that tension back to a really major turning point, right smack dab in the middle of the novel, right in the middle of the second act. Something that it gets called as the midpoint. Something big happens right there, right then. In this case, it's going to be a shift of location. It's like, okay, a decision. Things are getting really tough in one location. It's like, maybe we should beat a hasty retreat and, go back on what we thought was going to happen. Which slightly like within that will include like a mirror moment. It's like, what have I become? Or if I continue to do this, if I don't change, the character is going to die. This massive change. And the feeling, I'm also using that midpoint to shift like some of the order of some of my viewpoint characters. I mean, given they're primarily using the Marshall Plan, which has a lot of characters. Is like, okay, a big main character starts it off, and then you progressively add one more viewpoint in, and that, up to the point that you've got enough to sustain the length. In this case, it's like there's 8. But the one that you started last is the first to resolve. So at a certain level, you got to start shifting things so that I have a tendency to rotate through those alternate viewpoints to shift it so that, okay, number 8 becomes like is the first right before the midpoint and the first like right after the midpoint, so that we can get that aligned for the, really setting up for that final bit. It's internally a big thing. It's also a viewpoint big thing. So it shifts right there at the midpoint. And you're building to that midpoint from the very beginning all the way to the midpoint, and then you're going to change things after. Right there in the middle of the novel. But it's built off, like the stair step that you built off of is the first pinch point. It's antagonist attack. Okay, it's not just fun and games here. There's something really going on. You're forced to face it in the midpoint. What's really going on? Might not have all the pieces back together yet, but it's there. See you in the next one as we deal with the end result of the midpoint. Happy writing!